Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome back to TRACKILICIOUS here for the finale of the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship here at Watkins Glen tonight. We are towards the end of qualifying, a minute left as we have the championship hot contenders flying around Watkins Glen. Pretty close up top, a couple tenths between the top three. But yeah, excited for this finale. Thank you, Spy Socks. Welcome, Omega. Welcome as well. Title isn't right. Let's update that. Appreciate it. Hopefully it has corrected for you. Appreciate it, Omega Drac. Sorry. All right, why don't we hop into the scene here and have a look and see what the folks are doing. Hope everybody is doing well today. We are in the pits with Alex Freeman, looking at the likes of multiple people going around here. Kent Portis still holding on. Let's see who's starting their laps here. Mario Costa, Mateus Alves, looking to set his final lap, looking for an improvement, about 500ths, so really small improvement, and trying to see if he could find it in this final attempt. Omega Lambo. Okay, we got Lambo fans here. Jonathan Clifford, who is currently, I believe, the championship leader in the Lambo. While Mr. Clifford doesn't necessarily qualify in the best of positions, he does bring home wins. It is not the qualifying, it is the race that matters the most. And going in here, checking out the standings, and it is indeed Jonathan Clifford, 315 points, followed by Thiago Denarte, who is not here today, and Mike Vasquez in P2. All right, so Vasquez is 45 points behind. And what would need to happen for Vasquez to beat? So Vasquez coming in P1, going down 45 points, 60. So literally no way for Jonathan Clifford to lose this championship at this point in time. He has it locked in for the win, which is unfortunate for the championship, but super exciting for Jonathan Clifford. And I am sure he will still be driving to his best. Let's go set up. Custom presets here so you guys can see a little bit better. The button's clicking pretty slow today, unfortunately, but we will adapt and overcome. Phantom, Mario Costa fan. And best Fusca Wilson Fernandez. Big Brazilian fan base here. Alrighty, let's see if we can make this thing work here. Move the microphone a little bit. We have a pretty small starting grid, and I double checked and downloaded Chandler Williams or everybody's livery pack, and for some reason, I don't know what it is, but it wasn't loaded in correctly. Not my fault. I downloaded it, and I don't know why his black livery isn't showing. But let's try and get this thing going. We have in P1, Chandler Williams in the Please Brake at T1 Ford Mustang. In P2, we have the likes of Mike Vasquez, also a Please Brake at T1 Convert. Silver Bullet of Mateus Alves in the Ferrari. 2 Ferraris up here, it looks like. Pretty good car for the track. Quinn Smith in the Quinalicious Aston Martin. In P4, the top Honda performer today, Kenneth Portis, in the Next Level Racing TRACKILICIOUS Sim Racing Championship car here. Gil Silverin in the Gil Silverin 400 Ford Mustang. I love this livery. Super fun, super cool. Really, really cool. Jonathan Clifford in the Jonathan Clifford Next Level Racing Championship, flashing his headlights, saying hello to everybody in chat. Hope everybody's doing well. From the championship winner here already, would be something phenomenal for him not to take it home. Anthony Kelly in the Race Forge Esports. McLaren here, fashioning the pink lights. Love it. Love the contrast. Wilson Fernandez of the Vacuum Racing GT3 M4 BMW. Mario Costa, Boost of Pace ALDS, ALDS. I'm not quite sure what that means, but cool regardless. Do love the purple and white. And finally, starting from the pits, Alex Freeman from the Bunch of Jerks Racing, choosing to give himself a bit of a handicap for some reason, forgetting to press drive as we get heated up, warmed up for 80 minutes of Watkins Glen. With Watkins Glen just around the corner, actually, June 20th, I believe, next month coming up for those interested. Oh no. Wheelbase came unplugged. Alex, that's unfortunate. Fortunately for you, it's not much of a loss. Ho, the legend, the French phenomenon. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in some great racing, some great design work, some great streaming, go check out, let me see if I know how to do these. Go check out Rubik, aka Damien Filot, the French phenom, doing a lot of LMU these days, I believe. Is that right, Damien? Welcome. Small grid today, championship final here for the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship here at Watkins Glen. A lot of LMU. Seems to be the popular shift. Yeah, that's right, Alex. Nothing was lost. Just don't forget to drive out of the pits, Alex, and not into the pits or into the pit wall. What kind of drama are you expecting? So we do have Jonathan Clifford, the championship leader and undeniable champion in P7 now. What's interesting is you see the likes of Quinn Smith, Jonathan Clifford, maybe not having the best one-lap pace in qualifying, but they tend to get themselves through the field somehow. Their race pace is quite exciting. Now, in the front, we have Chandler Williams and Mike Vasquez, both incredibly competitive, both, well, in the same team. Chandler Williams, a more aggressive driver, sometimes to his benefit, sometimes to his loss. So I do expect this lap one to be quite spicy, albeit a smaller grid as we are in the final race of the championship here at TRACKILICIOUS in the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship. And the winner of this championship does get a Next Level Racing seat an amazing prize given by Next Level Racing, our lovely and gracious sponsors. If you guys are looking for some Next Level Racing gear, check out Next Level Racing for their phenomenal list of stuff. Newly released Haptic Feedback Pro, getting you immersed in some real life feeling racing in your SimGrid SimRig as we go green here for the championship contenders here. Chandler Williams looks like he gets a fantastic start, gets himself ahead of Mike Vasquez. Mike Vasquez, Mateus Alves, Mario Costa, all of the M's on the list of drivers here today. We're going double wide, triple wide back here. A couple of people, looks like John Clifford looking pretty safe, although he could end up first or end up last. He does want to win. He does want to end up in a competitive position in this race, albeit he has already won the championship. Looks like we're going double too wide into the bus stop here. Looks like they do decide to line themselves up as Kenneth Portis does get ahead, or is ahead of Quinn Smith, as Quinn Smith does lose that position, I believe. That's correct. Kenneth Portis does get ahead of Quinn Smith with P4 starting position for Quinn Smith. So that is a loss for Quinn Smith. 2 positions down for Gil Silverin, and 2 positions down for Alex Freeman from qualifying. Everybody looking like doing a fantastic job going through the first couple corners. Looks like Chandler Williams does get well ahead. Dominant position, but that does look like a couple of guys here. The Ferraris pretty close to each other, and the likes of Jonathan Clifford up 2 positions ahead of Quinn Smith. Now, Quinn Smith not finding his footing, not very characteristic, not very in character of Quinn Smith falling down the field. But there is a long race, 80 minutes, no mandatory tires, but it is a mandatory 1 liter pit stop. So you do have to fuel up 1 liter, and the rest is up to you. You could have taken full fuel, which might be the case for Quinn Smith, given that he's maybe driving a bit heavier than others. Jonathan Clifford, though, finding his way through 2 positions up from 7th into 5th already, confirming and securing his championship lead even further, and hope to see him later in the booth here, as he does take a wide path into that first corner. For those that don't know, while Watkins Glen is an incredibly fun track to drive, it is one that is riddled with track limits. Have to be incredibly careful, as we do have 80 minutes here to complete here at Watkins Glen. 1 track limit, you get a warning. Get told that, hey, you did a bad. 2 track limits, another warning. Hey, you did 2 bads. 3 track limits, 3 warnings, 3 bads. And the 4th one gets you a drive-through. Huge deterrent for these folks. You have to be really careful. Save those tokens up to ensure that you don't put yourself in a bad situation towards the end of the race here, as you might be in the heat of the battle, as these folks are incredibly closely skilled, closely paced, between each other. So the championship and the battle is always fun towards the end. Quinn Smith again taking a bit wider line, may have received a limit there, but one person who is not going to be taking any chances here, looks like Chandler Williams building himself a huge gap already, as we are only 2 laps into the race here. Kenneth Portis chasing down the likes of Mateus Alves. That Honda does have incredible straight line speed, and something that Ferrari does not have, already positioning himself for an attack. Alves looking behind, or at least something Kenneth Portis is trying to get him to do. Pay attention to the rear. Alves going quite wide through the chute there, or through the chute here, I should say, in the outer loop, quite wide. Lovely banked corner, carrying a lot of speed. And finally through the toe of the boot. Long straight, not going to be something Matheus Alves is going to be too fond of. Again, Kenneth Portis not quite having the overlap, but making a move, making the rear view mirror of the likes of Matheus Alves quite busy, quite distracting. Something you want to do as a driver chasing another driver is have the driver ahead get distracted. It only takes an instance of distraction to get someone out of position, to get someone to make a mistake. Watkins Glen, not necessarily the easiest of tracks to overtake in. That Ferrari rapid through the corners, but the straight line speed of the NSX, premium power, premium speed. And again, something Kenneth Portis II is going to be shaping up to try and take advantage of, trying to stay really close, 4/10 between Matheus Alves and Kenneth Portis II. And it's not just these two, multiple battles on the grid here. Again, shaping up, not quite there, right behind Quinn Smith, right behind Jonathan Clifford. Again, that Aston Martin having the superior straight line speed. Just behind that, Gil Silverin, 2/10, 3/10 behind Anthony Kelly, and the car behind having the straight line speed. Very interesting combination of contenders here between the likes of Alves and Portis, Clifford and Smith, Kelly and Silverin. The battle will ensue for another 75 minutes. Who is going to come out on top? While we do that, I do want to see if we could hop in, get a bit of first-person view for you in the Aston Martin. Lovely sounding V8 here. Chasing down the championship leader, Jonathan Clifford, finding the fine balance through these high-speed corners here at Watkins Glen. Jonathan Clifford has won a couple of races to earn himself this top spot. Just consistent performance through the season has yielded this dominant position in the championship, and really some misfortune. Unfortunately, Andrew Rados not here. Rados was the championship leader at the time, and coming into a situation where being taken out by a back marker hurt was the downfall of his championship, and then coming through some further positions or situations where just races didn't go his way. Let's say races didn't go his way. Let's go back, have a quick look at this overtaking move. We didn't go back far enough, but Quinn Smith going ahead on the straight, and that does manage to secure him the position. Oh my goodness. Not sure why that randomly got turned on, but okay. Kenneth Portis still chasing Alves. How is everybody doing in chat? What are you guys up to? What are you guys racing? What's new? What's happening? Do any of you guys have next level racing equipment? I'm looking to get into the ecosystem myself, have been browsing their product line. Need something more secure than a folding seat that we have from a competitor. A secondhand product that we bought, but looking at something more rigid, some nice aluminum frame things that we can move around, take to our track days, and have people enjoy. Portis looking quite spicy here. Alves going defensive. Portis having enough overlap into the bus stop. Not quite making the move. Ducking behind. Choosing to live to fight another day. Or another lap, we should say. So the championship positions between Alves and Portis. So Portis in P4, Alves in P8. Quite a gap. Portis is 7 points behind the likes of Vasquez, so is looking to improve his position from P4 to P3 in the championship. Actually, potentially all the way, it might be securing P3, given that Denarte is not present today. That will be a jump in position for both Vasquez and Portis, very likely. Unfortunate that Denarte will not be here, as his drop round, already having a 24th position, will get given to the DNF from today, or DNS from today. Portis still working at it, trying to figure out any way to get past Quinn Smith, now gapping Jonathan Clifford. But the speed unmatched. Chandler Williams up front, 1:43.667, fastest lap of the race, is 4 whole tenths faster than the next person, which is Mike Vasquez with a 1:44.1. An absolute rocket ship strapped to the back of this car, and nobody able to even contend. Now the question is going to be, does Williams have the consistency to maintain ahead? Oh no, we have a yellow flag! What is happening here? Wilson Fernandez finding himself in a situation. A bit of grass, not quite there. Oh, is that too much curb, understeer? And then, oh, the right-hander catches him out. Fortunately, very light tap in the front there for Fernandez. That's going to be interesting, as he does have the pace that looks like is faster than 2 or 3 ahead, and is going to be chasing them down now with a little bit of front end damage. The Fried Egg 61, what an absolute legend. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Fried Egg and Party of 5. Hope you all are doing well. We're in the grand finale of the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship here at Trackalicious at Watkins Glen at night. It is 8:19 p.m. in the track, and we are looking at Wilson Fernandez making the first mistake of the night of all the drivers and looking to recover. Alex Freeman having really the second mistake, we should say, with Alex Freeman starting in the pits through no error of his own. Will getting disconnected, is now not last as he competes for that position. Well, we have the likes of Chandler Williams leading with absolute rocket ship pace. 1:43.667, fastest lap of the race. How is everybody doing from the Fried Egg crew? How are you scramblers doing? Are you scrambled people? Are you over easy, over medium, over hard? What is your preference of egg? Kenneth Portis up 1 position ahead of Quinn Smith, still finding, or trying to find the pace that he needs, trying to find the magic sauce to see if he's got any moves to get Matheus Alves thinking. Scrambled and slightly liquid on top. I do like myself some scrambled as well. And I feel like I'm more on the firm side of scrambled, as that's what I grew up with. Got my mouth watering. Anabiosis, if I say that right. _ Welcome. As we do see Kenneth Portis still chasing down Alves. KP2 looking for an improvement. chasing down the likes of Alves multiple laps. Just hasn't been able to do it quite yet. Alex Freeman having caught up to Mario Costa. Looking for the magic after equipment failed him at the start of the race. No advantage of vehicle here between the two cars, both McLarens. Looks like McLarens are the weak ones in this particular race, given the Kelly, Costa, and Freeman all bundle up in 8, 9, and 10. Anybody else, do you sim race as well? And anyone else from the fried egg community? Do y'all handle the wheel, pedal the pedals? On the old trusty G27. Nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely fantastic. Old, reliable. I started on a Thrustmaster T300 RS myself. Lasted me quite some time. I think over a year and a half. And if it wasn't for the fact that someone in our sim racing community put up their equipment for sale used and just so happened to live 15 minutes away from me, I wouldn't have upgraded. T300 lasted me for quite some time. As Alex Freeman continues to chase down the likes of Mario Costa. What sim do you drive in, Anabiosis? Anabiosis. Biosis. Underscore. Oh, it looks like Costa does have a Twitch call out on his AC and ACC. Well, if you are looking to upgrade, I believe we have an affiliate link. Yep, we do. If you're looking to buy Moza race equipment, we do have an affiliate link with them. And if you're looking to upgrade your rig at all, Next Level Racing, the sponsor of this championship, a fantastic rig company. Wilbur CD, I would lean towards Sim Magic, if I'm honest. If you are choosing between the two, probably Sim Magic, on the basis that I think a very low number of people go Logitech, and it's just hasn't seemed to be a popular choice amongst the sim racing community. However, Sim Magic has been absolutely tearing it apart. Loads of people buying. I think the most popular ones are these days Sim Magic, Moza. I hear some Asetek. Fnatic used to be the one that was the go-to. Still pretty popular amongst most, but I would say the top picks are Sim Magic and Moza right now. As we see a big mistake from Mario Costa, giving Alex Freeman the opportunity to get closer. Yeah, I'm rocking Fnatic equipment myself, but that's merely because I just found a good deal from someone selling it. Actually, someone within our community is trying to sell his equipment for an absolute steal, like unbelievable deal. If you guys want to jump into our Discord and ping me, I will link you to the equipment that he's selling. He's selling Husinkveld Sprint pedals, which are phenomenal pedals. I have the ultimates. 2 pedal sprint pedals, and Fanatic wheel and base. And the only reason why I'm not buying it at an absolute phenomenal deal is because I already have 2 sets of wheels and pedals. I have a Fanatic wheelbase, or I should say CSLDD, 2 CSLDDs, 2 Formula V2s, Fanatic load cell pedals, Huskingveld load cell pedals, and 3 G29s. And all because, not because I'm crazy, which you can argue that I am, but more so because here at Trackalicious, at our track days, we lend out our sim racing equipment for people to try it out and get familiar with sim racing and see if they like it, want to get a part of it, and yeah, enjoy the passion that we have, as we could see the phenomenal racing between Alex Freeman and Mark Costa. Unfortunately, seems like we've missed Costa being overtaken by Portis, and now Quinn Smith. Sorry, I should say Alva's being overtaken by Portis, but now Quinn Smith is going at it. Accident. What happened? 18 minutes in. Let's see if we could go to a replay and catch what was going on here. Quinn Smith, or I should say Kenneth Portis. Oh my goodness, I cannot get... Oh, big wiggle by Alves. Let's see. Going back to another replay here. I don't think it's swerving per se. And oh my goodness, Portis absolutely sending it in there. Door to door. Real question is, was the overlap there? And now we have a bit of bunching going on. This mid-pack getting quite racy with 60 minutes left to go. Way loads of much time as I figure out how to word in English. Loads of time remaining in the race, but this mid-pack getting quite spicy. Quinn Smith looking ahead at Matheus Alves, but also looking behind to the likes of Jonathan Clifford coming at him. Gil Silverin just behind that, ready to pounce on any mistakes that these guys make. This battling is going to be in his favor, absolutely. So we are going to continue to watch this portion of the grid as Chandler Williams still firmly securing that P1 spot. Quite a bit of gap, 5.5 seconds to Mike Vasquez, just absolutely flying. Am I having a stroke? I might as well be. I think it's just inability to English very well. Sarvarius. Say underscore. Let's not forget the underscore. Sarvarius, your name's very familiar. I believe that you do sim race as well. Oh my goodness, Colehawks, welcome, Raiders. Thank you very much. Hope you are all doing well as you join us with 56 minutes left of the 80-minute race here at the finale in the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship here at Trackalicious. We are at Watkins Glen. It is 8:30 p.m. on track, and Quinn Smith is chasing down Matheus Alves. Alves previously being in P3, having lost a spot. Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, I reckon. And you stream as well, I believe, Sarvarius. Sarvarius underscore, I believe. I know I've seen you doing some things. Colehawks, how's it going? How's your stream? What were you streaming? What are you driving? What were you looking at? What is your preferred vehicle of choice? Let's see if this works. Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, sweet. We love the 949 crew. Belton, Coasty, Sometimes we manage to trick Whelp to come and stream with us every so often. Miss those guys. We're sad that they're no longer super active. Would love to have them back. Beggars for Belton. Yeah. Oh, side by side. Looks like Clifford looking for a move against Silverin. Whoa, actually. How did Clifford lose a position there? I'm sorry. I'm distracted by chat, missing out some of the action on the track here. But Clifford dropped back, was chasing down the likes of Quinn Smith, and now behind Gil Silverin. Silverin did take advantage of just staying close by and waiting for a mistake. Do you still race ACC Colhawks, or have you moved on to something else? Nice. Very cool. We were just talking about equipment. What kind of gear do you have? What base, wheel, pedals? Do you have a rig? Is it a Next Level Racing rig? Our title sponsor here. Oh, sweet. You should join us. We do have a bunch of LMU championships that are about to get fired up, and all of our championships, to be quite frank. Awesome. Another Next Level Racing person. Our lovely sponsor being represented in the community. But yeah, we're the championships are not quite up yet, but the next season about to get fired up very, very shortly. And we do have ACC stuff coming out, LMU stuff coming out, iRacing coming back. Trying to have a good diversity of racing happening here at Trackalicious as we see the phenomenal battles with the immense skill on the grid. All throughout all of our championships, actually. We have, gosh, some crazy battles in our iRacing championship, some crazy battles in our LMU championship, and you're seeing these guys 25 minutes in and just going at it. Ooh, are you looking for the championship leaderboard, Antibiosis? Is that what you're looking for? Because I am happy to try and facilitate that for you. Oh my goodness. Too kind. Thank you so much. There you go, Antibiosis. That is the championship standings as it is right now. Colhawks, thank you so much for the gifted sub. You are too kind. We really, really appreciate it. It really does go a long way to help support all the people that help run this thing. As one of the admins and the owner of Trackalicious, I do not take any of the money for myself. It goes all directly to supporting all the things that take to run all the championships that we have, and then anything beyond that we give directly to our stewards, our managers, all of those who put countless hours into ensuring endless fun here at Trackalicious. So it is greatly appreciated, and at the very least we could do is give you a shout out here. Apologize, didn't do that earlier. There you go. Love it. Oh, why don't I give you a follow while I'm at it? Because apparently I can. I don't generally like following people off stream because I like to see what what action we get when we hit that follow button when you're live, but now it'll give me an opportunity to come check you out, whatever you're streaming. This group, unbelievable. Alves, Smith, Silver, and Clifford. You are a variety streamer. I'm a variety viewer. I'm a variety lurker, if I'm completely honest. I love the ability to just lurk. Give you all the view and go on with my work as I have multiple streams in the background. You have you? Well then, Cole, you must be quite speedy, as Quinn Smith is impressively quick. One of the speedy boys here at TRACKILICIOUS. Previous championship winner. I'm washed. If you're washed, I'm dirty. I never got clean. I was just bad to begin with. Ooh. I know there were a lot of people putting down some impressive rally times when the WRC game came out. Dr. Porchop, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Getting geared up for some more racing. We are almost halfway through our 80-minute race here. Wow, it seemed like we had a yellow flag, 2 yellow flags, but nothing showing up on stream. We do have a relatively tight battle in the middle of the field here. Mateus Alves being chased down by the likes of Quinn Smith, just behind Gil Silverin, chasing down Quinn Smith, and then Jonathan Clifford not too far behind, waiting for these ahead to battle. No, Clifford cannot lose his championship. It is locked in, as he has performed phenomenally with a P8, P1, P9, P3, P1, P1, P4 through the first 7 rounds of the championship. But knowing Mr. Clifford, who is streaming on YouTube, by the way, let's see if we can pull it up for you and make it available to you, because we do love promoting our drivers here. He will be looking to improve on his championship lead. Just because he has won the championship doesn't mean he doesn't want to win another race. And for those looking to watch Mr. Clifford from his first-person view, and go say what's up. That is Clifford's live stream. Costa, the only person to have pitted so far. Quinn Smith getting ever so closer to Alves. Trying to get back up to, oh no, is in the P4 that he originally was in. Portis in the pits early. Not even halfway. And that's what gives Quinn Smith that P4. Is this a full fuel and tires? Looks like it is. Fuel and tires for Kenneth Portis the second. Oh! Alves! Something happening here. Going into the replay, looks like Quinn Smith chasing down Alves at this point in time. This is the replay going back 30 seconds. Quinn Smith looking on the outside of Alves here, trying to make the move into the bus stop. Too wide for the bravest of souls. Alves going wide. Goodness. Lost position to Gil Silver, and that is 2 positions down for the less than optimal line. Thank you, Cole Hawks. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much for the raid. You're an absolute legend. And the gifted sub, you are my favorite. I pick favorites, and you are my favorite today. Thank you so much for the support. Really, really appreciate it. And hope to see you on the grid in your washed state. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. See you around. Alves coming into the pits now. And that is up into P3 for Quinn Smith. Slowly chopping away at the positions. It is quite impressive that this middle group is keeping together for so long. 40 minutes in, and they're still within seconds of each other. Antibiosis, it is really dependent on what percentage of the race finishes. I don't know exactly. I think it's 50%, which is in about 3 minutes. So I can't explicitly answer that question, unfortunately. I think it's 25 or 50% that you get the points. So even if he DNFs for some technical reason, I do think that he gets points for P11. Looks like we have quite a few pitters now. 4 out of the 11 have pitted. Just a matter of seeing whether the rest of the grid will pit. What is the premium strategy? Pit, take tires, or go long as much as you can. Quinn Smith, the tire whisperer, has frequently gone long. Will he do it again? Watkins Glen's pretty rough on tires. But it is night. It is cooler weather. Chandler Williams leading the race. Mike Vasquez behind. Not too far behind. But they've left the rest of the grid in the dust. Those guys are absolutely flying. Quinn Smith in P3, 13 seconds behind Mike Vasquez. Bit of a drift from Quinn Smith. Pushing the limits. While he knows there isn't anybody around him right now, he is racing for time at this point in time because Matheus Alves, Kenneth Portis, Gil Silverin were all around him. So he is going to try and really maximize every single lap that he can. So really, while we're in a bit of a hot lapping mode, for a bunch of these drivers, especially the Alves, Portis, Silverman group, which lines up with Smith and Clifford. Those five are really in battle still, but it does look like Clifford and Smith are going to go long and see how this plays out. So we'll see if Quinn Smith ends up staying ahead of Alves and Portis or not as the pits shake up. This is going to be the exciting part when that happens, which is likely going to be, let's say, 20-30 minutes from now. I'm going to be struggling the last 10-20 minutes, assuming that is their strategy. Very likely is going to be considering that we've gone through and by the halfway mark now. Kelly coming in for the 50-50 strategy, looks like. Portis, fastest of the pit stoppers with 34 seconds in the pits relative to Silverman's 37. Wilson Fernandez is 37. Actually, Mario Costa, 29 seconds. Alves, leader of the pitters. Looking to find some magic in his pit strategy. What? I want to do an onboard lap. Whoa. Wait a second. Okay. Well, so Chandler Williams doing the 50-50. Coming in halfway. We'll see if he has a decent stop or not. Had an extra 6 or 7 seconds to work with. Looking to come out ahead of Alves. Ooh, that's going to be a tight one. It's going to be a tight one. Alves coming out ahead of Chandler Williams out of the pits. Chandler Williams loses his effective P1 position. Oh my goodness. What a change of events. The undercut working phenomenally for Matheus Alves. Now the question really becomes, does Alves have it in him to defend against Chandler Williams? The other question is, in this battle, is Chandler Williams going to lose so much time that Vasquez is going to come out even farther ahead? That Mustang has incredible straight line speed. So Alves is going to have to find something absolutely magical to try and keep the likes of Chandler Williams behind. Chandler Williams, actually, the best times have come closer. Williams was about 6 times faster than anybody else on the grid. But others have found their pace. Now the difference only half a second between Matheus Alves and Chandler Williams. And again, it is going to take something magical for Alves to be able to defend against that beast of a Mustang just behind. That straight line speed, unbelievable, unmatched. here in ACC. Williams shaping up for the move. Already looking on the outside. Alva's going defensive. That straight line speed coming in pretty handy. Already ahead with practically no time lost. Wow. That's unbelievable, folks. Just unreal straight on speed. Going a bit defensive to try and make sure that Alves doesn't make a move, but looks like he is firmly ahead, and this is where you're really going to see it. This is where you're really going to see things. Look at this. Even though the Mustang is ahead, it is still pulling away from the Ferrari. Even with the Ferrari having the slipstream, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable straight line speed from that Mustang. Pony power is insane, Cerverius. So Cerverius, what division do you race in over with our friends at SRA? Very cool. D4, D5. Is that on Wednesdays? So I think D1, D2 is on Tuesdays, correct? Shannon Williams is just gone. Rocket ship. All right, here we go. Quinn Smith coming in for what might be his splash and dash. Gotcha. Is Quinn Smith taking tires? Nope. It is indeed a splash and dash for Quinn Smith. But even with that, is he going to end up ahead? He does end up ahead. The likes of Chandler Williams, but Williams with fresh tires. 30 minutes is a long time to defend against the likes of Chandler Williams with fresher tires in the Mustang with some of the straights on Watkins Glen. Tall task for Quinn Smith if he wants to try and maintain that effective P1. Mr. Buckley, welcome. How are you doing today? Buckley, is that the effect you have on everybody? As soon as you hop in, they seem to have to run out. No, I know. Oh, that's a bummer. Buckley has been racing around for a long time. Vasquez now in the pits. Out of the pits. That splash and dash serving him well. Coming out ahead of Quinn Smith and Freeman. And I should say Williams. So we have Vasquez 8 seconds ahead of Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith really being challenged by Chandler Williams. Into the bus stop we go. 2 wide. Neither one of these going to give each other an inch. Williams deciding the better of it. It's your deodorant. Is the deodorant bad enough for your internet to crash? Aw, thanks, Buckley. Appreciate it. We do what we can for the people. As this battle continues between the likes of Quinn Smith and Chandler Williams, the Aston having pretty decent straight line speed, so not something that the Mustang's going to be able to just gobble up. GT4 is indeed still on Monday, Cerverius. _ We had a really fun grid in the open. Loads of people graduating from the rookie series as well into the open series. So hoping that the next open series is going to be super fun. Smith defending into the bus stop. Oh my goodness. You hate to see it, but you hate to see it again. Let's have a look and see what happened here. The overlap is there. Chandler Williams bumping over the curb and running into the likes of Quinn Smith. And that is really, really unfortunate. Williams deciding to give the position back. In the words of LEG, respect, boss man. It's good battling. Williams thinks he's got it, though. Unfortunately, between Williams and Smith, Alves looking mighty, mighty good now. That battling has played in his favor, and Vasquez even more so. P1 for Vasquez. Will effectively be up 1 position after the pit stops have played themselves out, unless Jonathan Clifford has some magic. Whoa. What is going on with that McLaren just randomly bouncing in the middle of the track? That was quite odd. And that was just him going wide. And you do have the likes of Vasquez now chasing down, getting a bit of a draft from Alex Freeman. Freeman technically ahead, practically not, as he has yet to pit. So Vasquez will be looking to make quick work of the likes of Alex Freeman here. Freeman technically not obligated to give way. as he is in his race, a race of his own, and was in a very tight battle with Costa, so is looking to not lose time on track as the car of Vasquez looking to get ahead. Williams and Smith back at it again. Smith going wide into T1. The 90. Goodness, Chandler Williams right there with the Mustang. We're going to go too wide again, folks. I'm almost certain of it. Nope. I did say almost certain of it. Not absolutely certain. Oh my goodness. Fernandez in the wall again. We missed it. Oh my goodness. The inconsistency. Something is going on with Fernandez's vehicle. Not able to control it. Rear end giving out on him again. Williams, though, chasing down the likes of Quinn Smith. Battles all over the place. Mike Vasquez, Alex Freeman. Not quite a battle for position. Quinn Smith, Chandler Williams. And Wilson Fernandez just battling with himself at this point in time, unfortunately. Having immense difficulty with the car. Something must have happened. Doesn't look quite that damaged. Back into the Williams Smith competition here. Chandler Williams chasing down effective P3 position from Quinn Smith. His strategy not quite playing in his favor today. Quinn Smith defending with all his might. Rubbing bumpers. Williams super close that time. Knows he has the speed. Made the mistake once. Looking to be smarter in the next play. To really make something happen and look ahead at the next driver who isn't really that far ahead. 4.5 seconds. It's going to be tough, but there is still time for Williams to have a look at the likes of Mateus Alves. Oh, there it is. Quinn Smith breaking deep, making the mistake, and Williams is through up into P5, effective P3 with Vasquez, Alves, Williams, Clifford and Freeman yet to pit. And Quinn Smith will not have the tires to keep up. Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's a part of the game. It's part of the strategy. Something that you have to consider if you are deciding to go for that 50-50 pit strategy, is you do end up... It's possible that Quinn let him by. I don't know. Quinn's pretty competitive. Might have made a mistake. Freeman in the pits now. Coming in. Jonathan Clifford still going at it. Clifford does have quite a bit of gap to those behind. Really going to be worrying about the likes of Vasquez. Is Jonathan Clifford the biggest brain of all? Biosis _ This might be your day. Will the Lamborghini come out on top? Will strategy play in his favor? We will keep watching out for Jonathan Clifford and whether this patience, this persistence, this consistency is going to help get him to the top step. You had the likes of Matheus Alves battling a multitude of back marker situations. One back marker, many situations. Quinn Smith battling for position with Chandler Williams. Kenneth Portis now right behind Quinn Smith. Portis having done the 50-50 strategy now will be looking to charge at Quinn Smith. We are 60 minutes in, 20 minutes to go, and the battles are still on. Small grid, gonna be boring? Not necessarily. These guys are absolutely phenomenal. Very similar pace. Absolutely high quality of competition here at the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship finale at Watkins Glen. Kenneth Portis chasing down the likes of Quinn Smith. Not the first time they've battled. Now it won't be the last. Chandler Williams now through 2.3 seconds behind the likes of Matheus Alves. Going to be chasing that down. Matheus Alves 10 seconds behind Vasquez. Vasquez, the leader of the pitters, but Jonathan Clifford still driving and driving and driving and driving. Maximizing speed, minimizing lap times with no traffic around him. Must maintain absolute focus. Having started in 7th position, looking to convert that to 6th position gain up into P1. Does he have enough to stay ahead of Vasquez? Maybe. Does he have enough to stay ahead of Alves? Probably. We will find out in the next 17 and change minutes. Jonathan Clifford looking to maximize lap times. Best lap times almost identical between him and Vasquez. 44.577 to Vasquez's 44.525. Last lap, a 10th and a half slower. Jonathan Clifford putting down a 45.3 compared to Vasquez's 45.2. "31 seconds between the two, 32-second pit stop. This is going to be really, really, really close. Any mistakes from any of these drivers is going to be to huge detriment. Chandler Williams now only 1.6 seconds behind Matheus Alves. Kenneth Portis only half a second behind Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith now in defense mode. Portis again filling the mirrors. Quinn Smith down from P4 to P5, potentially losing another position. But time will tell. Smith having the likes of Wilson Fernandez being a lap down to deal with. Might be the toe that he needs, actually. Jonathan Clifford, 45.017 to Vasquez's 45.087. 7 hundredths between the two. Clifford needing to extend by a second or so to have any hopes of being ahead coming out of the pits from Mike Vasquez. Now we have Chandler Williams chasing down Matheus Alves. Less than a second between them. Less than a second between Portis and Smith. Smith getting a huge tow from the BMW ahead of Wilson Fernandez. This is going to be absolutely exciting. Chandler Williams now only half a second behind Matheus Alves. Alves right there, and looks like Wilson Fernandez has let the 2 cars by, saying, I've been at your spot before. I want nothing to do with it. Portis, Smith, go ahead. Battle your battles. Let's see who wins the war. 14 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the race here, until the ticker hits 0 and we complete our final lap. Battles between Kenneth Portis and Quinn Smith. Battles between Chandler Williams and Matheus Alves. Chandler Williams now right behind Alves, both looking like they give a little kiss to the wall. And continuing, Williams looking on the inside. Alves saying, I don't think so. Not yet. Williams choosing a wide path. Is that a track limits for Chandler Williams? Does he have any to spare? The speed of that Mustang is unreal. They've barely gotten onto the straight, and he's practically the head of the Ferrari already. Wow. And that is position gain for Chandler Williams. Will he be able to keep it? Looks like he is. Matheus Alves dipping down into P4. That battle practically concluded. Still looking at the likes of Quinn Smith and Kenneth Portis II. The battle for 5th still active. And finally, what is going to happen? Here we go. Jonathan Clifford into the pits. Waiting for the 21 of Vasquez. Is he going to be able to do it? Clifford, most of the way down the pit lane. Vasquez coming in hot. Final corner for Vasquez. Clifford still looking for his spot. Up. Down. Release. Vasquez gets ahead. Now looking at Williams and Matheus Alves. Clifford going out. Short away for Clifford. Long away for Williams. Williams side by side. Clifford getting ahead. Chandler Williams in the Mustang. Will he have the speed and the warmer tires to make this happen? Chandler Williams ducking behind, now has 12 minutes to overtake. Excuse me. 12 minutes to overtake the likes of Jonathan Clifford. Jonathan Clifford will have his arms, his legs, and his elbows out to try and defend against the likes of Chandler Williams. Chandler Williams right there, looking for every inch of the road. Clifford going narrow. Williams on the outside, the long way around, not quite having it. A bit of tap between the two. Looks like that might be the position for Chandler Williams. But Clifford ducking in behind, making sure that Alves doesn't get an advantage from that move there. Clifford once hoping for the top step in the Lamborghini, now looking at P3, being threatened down to P4. Alves right there with the Ferrari. Clifford having some tow. And just behind, we see in the background the battle between Quinn Smith and Kenneth Portis II. That Mustang just pulling away the fresher tires, doing them wonders. Snooze the ads. Make sure we don't get interrupted here in this incredible battling happening at the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship. For those looking to upgrade their sim rigs, Next Level Racing, sponsoring this championship and many more here at TRACKILICIOUS Sim Racing. Partnered with the Next Level Racing to bring you 5% off your gear if you use the affiliate link and or applying the code TRACKILICIOUS5. We are looking for the upgrade ourselves. Matheus Alves just behind Jonathan Clifford. Portis now dropped back to 8/10, but the battle still looms between Matheus Alves and Jonathan Clifford with 9 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship. Clifford continuing and continuing and continuing. That tap of the wall isn't going to do Alves any good. Looking on the inside, filling Jonathan's mirrors with a whole bunch of car. Taking the wide line, using up some of those speed cut tokens. 8 minutes remaining. Chandler Williams chasing down the likes of Mike Vasquez. A second and a half faster in the previous lap. Is Chandler Williams going to catch up to Mike Vasquez? Question mark. This race is not over, folks. It is going to take something very, very special for that to happen, but I am sure that Chandler Williams is not giving up just yet. Jonathan Clifford under immense amounts of pressure. Does he have it to keep the likes of Matheus Alves behind for another 7 minutes? Same goes for the P5 battle between Quinn Smith and Kent Portis II. Portis patiently waiting for the right time to strike. Unfortunately for that NSX, the Aston does have some pretty powerful straight line speed. Will he do it? Alves still super close between himself and Jonathan Clifford. Clifford, P3 for pride, P1 locked for the championship. Oh my goodness. Schofield, welcome back. You are here in the final minutes of the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship here at Watkins Glen. We have the likes of Jonathan Clifford and Matheus Alves battling for P3 here, and just behind Quinn Smith and Kent Portis II battling for P5. Couple of laps remaining. Portis on fresher tires. I don't believe Alves is, though. Alves and Clifford on similar tires. Similar strategy, similar pace. Looking for the draft from the Lamborghini to give him an advantage. Race has been absolutely phenomenal. Non-stop action despite the lower number grid. People have been battling the whole time and are still battling with 5 minutes left in the race. Like said, Jonathan Clifford, the championship winner, regardless of the results of this race. The final race of the season, under pressure, trying to get back onto the podium for the final race of the season, for the finale. Ended up with a podium. Clifford under immense amounts of pressure from the Ferrari of Matheus Alves. Alves going a bit wide there. Not really what you want to do with your chase down. Trying to keep things close. Chungs _ welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. How was your stream, Schofield? What were you driving today? Portis now has been looming in the background with fresher tires behind the likes of Quinn Smith for quite some time now. Waiting for the premium opportunity to strike the Aston down into the sixes of the P. Aston having incredible straight line speed. It's going to be a tough challenge. Portis trying to fill the mirrors of that Aston Martin, trying to distract the likes of Quinn Smith into the 999 Aston Martin. Continuing to chase, looking to optimize, maximize the S's before the back straight here. Mount up a challenge into the bus stop, not quite having it that time. 3 minutes remaining, that's likely 2 more laps. Maybe a third. Alves, a couple of mistakes, dropping him down 1.3 seconds behind Jonathan Clifford, previously 0.3 seconds behind. Vasquez starting off in P2, now up into P1. Strategy playing out quite favorable for him, but he was 7 seconds in front of Chandler Williams. Chandler Williams absolutely chomping away lap time here in Delta. But is he going to have enough time? Is he going to have enough time to not only catch up to, but to make a move on the likes of, oh my goodness, side-by-side racing between Kenneth Portis and Quinn Smith. Quinn staying ahead. Gonna go back and have a look and see what happened. Battle's not over yet, though. Portis still challenging. Oh, I don't want to turn away. I think this is the closest Portis has been yet. Quinn going defensive. Portis pushing him that way. Portis looking on the outside. Quinn coming back. Portis does get a great launch out of the 90. Looking on the inside. Is this going to be sufficient to make the move stick? Side by side in the S's. Outside, inside, outside again for Quinn Smith. Now a race down into the bus stop. Portis having to tuck back in. Quinn staying ahead. Portis having a look, filling his mirrors, but not quite having the move done just yet. Minute 25 remaining in the race. Portis still looking for the chance to get that P5 from Quinn Smith. And Quinn Smith doing his darndest to stop that from happening. Looks like Smith may have been a bit unfair earlier, the part that we missed. And I think that's where he's being a bit respectful and letting Portis by, unfortunately for the viewers. But mad respect to the gentlemanly behavior on track. Much appreciated. One battle remaining. Potentially 2 battles remaining. 43 seconds left on the clock. 2.4 seconds behind for the likes of Chandler Williams. Chandler Williams trying to absolutely send it and see if he can catch up to the likes of Mike Vasquez. Chandler Williams having started in P1. Leader being on the final lap. Fastest car on the grid. 43.8 for Chandler Williams. 45 for the likes of Mike Vasquez. Vasquez just needs to be calm and patient and just not make a mistake. Loads to ask for. Not just him, but also Alves looking to not make a mistake. Yellow flag for Alex Freeman. Unfortunately for him, Alves right there, trying to see if he's got the line for the bus stop, tucking in behind, not quite. Oh, and another error, unfortunately for Alves. And that is going to be the end of that move. Sad, sad days for Alves. Clifford going to maintain that P3 spot. Chandler Williams 1.6 behind Mike Vasquez and pushing. He is right there. Does he have enough? Only a couple of corners remaining. You could tell he really, really, really wants it. Just one more lap may have really given him the opportunity. 2 more laps for sure, a chance. And looks like with 1 more corner remaining, that is going to be a win for Mike Vasquez, 2nd of the season. P1 going to Mike Vasquez in the Please Break a T1, with P2 going to Chandler Williams. Fantastic performance by the two. Jonathan Clifford managing to stay ahead in P3. Absolutely phenomenal. Alves in P4. Portis coming in P5. Oh my goodness. What happened to Quinn Smith? Quinn Smith dropping from P6 all the way down to P9. Kelly Silverin coming in P6. Kelly coming in P7. Did he miscalculate? Not enough fuel? Oh my goodness. The margins being so small. Big L for Quinn Smith in the final race of the season. And the win for the likes of Mike Vasquez. Wow. Alrighty. Freeman coming in. And the 84 of Portis doing a victory lap here of the final race of the season. The league manager taking the honors. What a phenomenal race. As we hop back into the studio, Schofield catching up. Did LFM Spa and Imola. Spa was very bad with a DT at the start. Imola was perfect. And did Monza Open Lobby Chaos, of course. Always fun. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, as we try to bring in Vasquez, Williams, and Smith. Sorry, Clifford. Hopefully for some interviews. Mr. Jonathan Clifford coming in with a podium position to cap off the absolute phenomenal championship performance. How was that race for you, Mr. Clifford? Let me check something real quick. Are you guys hearing Jonathan talk? Checking the, because I didn't see the Discord bar moving, and that's not great. Okay. Yeah, I see you talking. I know I can hear you. The stream can't, and that is on me. So let's get that corrected really quickly here. I do apologize. Let's try this out. All right. Do we have Jonathan Clifford voice coming through? Nope, not yet. Okay, let's try one more thing. Okay, how about now?
Hello.
Okay, there we have it. We do have you now. I apologize, Jonathan. So, yeah, you were going for the long strategy.
Yes. Most of the season now, it's worked out pretty well.
It wasn't quite enough to get you the P1 position. I know you're probably hoping for it, maybe, but that P2 also was pretty close. Had to fight to try and defend it. So tell us a little bit about what you were thinking coming out of the pits.
Well, coming out of the pits, I was expecting a couple extra cars there, along with Chandler and the Ferrari. So yeah, I was happy it was only 2 that I was gonna have to try to hold off on old tires. The Mustang speed there, I did the best I could, but there's not much to do.
Yeah, I mean, it just seemed like maybe the Lambo didn't quite have the pace here at Watkins Glen tonight, but you did make the best of it, you know, albeit having the championship already secured. You still were making the best effort to try and get the top spot, and it looked fantastic out there. So congratulations to a phenomenal a P3 for the race tonight. I will come back to you, Jonathan, to talk a little bit about the whole championship. But before we do that, let's go to Mike Vasquez, the winner of the race tonight. Mike, your quality time may have had you worried in not being able to put the challenge to the likes of Chandler Williams, but your strategy played out perfectly. Tell us a little bit about what selections you had to make to try and squeeze the win out tonight.
Yeah, well, the quality time at Watkins in a Ferrari, you want to do your best, but it's a long way to the first braking zone or the second one, the chicane. So usually I get passed by a couple cars. So credit to my teammate for giving me some draft there, at least up until the chicane. He started pulling away. He was having more tire issues, so he opted to get tires. I just went in for a refuel. So basically, first stint, somewhat light fuel, and then I just passed him the tires for the second stint. Felt I didn't really need them.
Were you, at what point in time did you think the win was in for you?
I wasn't really sure how long the pit would take. I saw Clifford pulling in, and I really didn't know. I would have been surprised if he would have pulled out ahead of me, but I wasn't sure. And then I saw I cleared him by quite a bit. And congrats to him, by the way, for the championship. He was super solid. But yeah, once I passed him and I saw Chandler on fresh tires, chewing away at the lead, I just was counting laps, and with about 3 or 4 laps, I knew I had it. So it was a fun race for sure.
Yeah. Were you at any point in time worried towards the end there? Because he was chomping up that time really, really quickly.
No, all I could do was stay consistent. I saw my delta was pretty consistent in the end there, and I did some quick math on the long straight, and I figured I was okay. No need to push, no need to bounce off a chicane. So, yeah, I think I won by about a second or so. But it was pretty cool towards the end.
Fantastic. Well, Mike, playing the safe route absolutely played in your favor. Phenomenal job, and congratulations on the win for the last race of the season. And a great one, a second of the season for you, and hopefully many more in seasons to come here at TRACKILICIOUS at the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship. If you could, Mike, maybe go steal Chandler and see if he can come up and hang out with us for a little bit before we get into the questions for Jonathan over the championship win.
Yeah, we'll do. Great season, lots of fun, great competition. I'll be back.
Thank you. Great to have you. See if we can get Chandler here in a couple of seconds, and if not, then Jonathan, I want to talk a little bit about your journey through the season here. I've been watching you practice, and there's only one person really on the grid that gives you a challenge for the number of laps. You know, it'd be really interesting to go down and look and see what the tally of all the practice laps were. I wonder if we could relatively easily do that. But we do have Chandler Williams hopping in here. Chandler, what an unfortunate ending for you. Phenomenal effort starting in P1 in pole position, but just not being able to convert. Bunch of traffic that you had to deal with. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah. I had an unfortunate incident with Quinn into the chicane. I don't know if you guys caught it on stream, but yeah, I I got a little bit impatient and went inside, and then I think everything was going well, and then it's just that inside curve unsettled the car and bounced me into him. But my fault. I felt really bad, but yeah, I kind of held back from the try to help him, but took off. He let me by, and we just kind of tried to power on up to first, and yeah, I managed to get the first couple laps before or I managed, yeah, right before the finish. But yeah, it was a pretty good race. I had some incredible pace. I was very shocked by that.
Yeah, that Mustang and with you in it was absolutely flying. Very impressive. Great job, regardless. Unfortunately, not finding that top step at the last race of the season here, but really good effort. Regardless, Chandler, your pace was unmatched for sure, and you were really chomping away at the time between you and Mike at the end there, and we thought maybe there was a chance, but Mike was definitely taking it ultra conservative and making sure that he ended up on the top step. Regardless, good job, and congratulations on the P2 tonight.
And if I'm not mistaken, Clifford, did you win the?
Yes, he did.
Oh, congratulations on that, Clifford. Good good pace and stuff. Nice job.
Yeah, you're flying out there, man. Keep up the great pace.
The end stuff being all of the practice and the hard work Jonathan Clifford puts in. You know, we have a lot of new people come into the server and hopping, go, oh, I can't believe these aliens are so fast. But if you have ever watched and had a chance to watch Jonathan Clifford and the things that he does, it just... So obviously there was some raw talent there, but oodles and oodles and oodles of practice, and you are the embodiment of practice makes perfect. Jonathan, tell us about what it took for you to really start, kind of a relatively top mid-pack performance in the first race and some questionable things in terms of, I'm not sure if you're going to get there or not. Did get a P1 in race 2, and I think that was through other people maybe getting into each other, but finding your pace, finding your position, finding your consistency through the season. What is it that got you to get that P1 position in the championship?
Exactly that consistency. My couple of bad races were definitely affected outside my control. So that kind of threw those off. I wasn't expecting so many P1s. That definitely came with some good luck, but you've got to be there to catch the luck. So the whole key was just consistent, minimize the mistakes, and don't worry so much about one flashy lap. I need to make sure I can do it every time.
I was actually quite concerned for you at Bathurst, considering your quality position was somewhere in the mid-pack. I was like, oh boy, championship leader, mid-pack at Bathurst. But the grid was impressively clean, albeit a little bit smaller towards the end of the season here. But everybody managed to do a pretty decent job, and you were able to stay clean and earn a P4 in that race last week.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did not have 100% braking for that race. Definitely costing me some time, and I wish I would have found out before the race, but was having a bit of a pedal issue.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. And you know what? That's something that we talk about quite often here in the stream, in the booth, I should say, is that a lot of people complain about technical issues. A lot of people complain about crashing and driver behavior, but this is racing. This is what happens in real life. The only difference between the errors that you guys deal with, or we all deal with in sim racing and in real life, is that it doesn't cost us tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars per travel and race and damage. So I think we're in such a fortunate time and really a golden age of sim racing, and none better than Jonathan Clifford taking advantage of the absolute consistency and unlimited practice time available to him, effectively unlimited. We all have lives that we live, but putting down an immense amount of effort. Jonathan, absolute huge congratulations to you in the championship win of the Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship, sponsored by Next Level Racing. You'll be receiving a Next Level Racing seat, of which we will coordinate with the company and ensure that that gets over to you. Absolutely phenomenal job, and consistency did pay off. That one lap pace sacrifice for the qualifying did pay off in the end, and that your race pace was phenomenal and on average the best out there. Huge congratulations to you. Any final words before we kick the stream off?
No, just thank you to TRACKILICIOUS for putting on these races and doing a great job with it. Thank you to all the racers as well. It was a great season, a lot of good fights, a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Thank you to all the drivers. Thank you to all the stewards. And thank you to Kenneth Portis II, our manager this season, and Quinn Smith. They both co-managed this season. Huge shout out to those guys. And obviously, a big shout out to Next Level Racing. For those of you who are looking for your sim rig update, Next Level Racing, !NLR. With the code TRACKILICIOUS5 will give you 5% off your gear. Does add up if you're looking for a big upgrade. With that being said, I believe we're going towards a bit of a break in our championships here, and then coming up with the new seasons that are going to be launched imminently here at TRACKILICIOUS. For those of you who are going to stick around, we'll look forward to having you back and enjoy a bit of a break. We'll be doing some fun stuff here and there. And in the meantime, we are going to go for a raid. Looks like we got Tech Mates Racing here live. Give some iRacing love. Put that raid over. Go over and say hi. And for now, I'm Eric Ghoukasian here at TRACKILICIOUS. If you live in the Midwest area, by the way, our track day season is hot and running. We are going to Grattan Raceway next on June 20th, followed by Waterford Hills, then Gingerman, back to Grattan, and then Gingerman again in September and August later in the year. So check out our track days over at, if I could put this in time. And until then, see you next time. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back shortly for more racing. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. We'll catch you later. See ya.